everybody. I'm Jelani.
And I'm Brooks.
I'm Rockin Robbie.
And together we are Gold Figure Reviews. And for this evening, we're going to do another rant. We did our first one about the problem with the toy industry and how it has basically failed us.
Well, you mean the problems haven't been fixed?
Not at all.
Even though we told everybody?
A mere 2 months later?
Yeah, 4 months later. We're still complaining about this. So this is like a part 2. But from a retailer's perspective, we have Rockin Robbie Phillips here. And thank you so much for coming. You are a member of Go Figure Reviews, of course. You are a vintage guy.
Well,
basically, yeah, we're going to talk about the toy industry. We're going to talk about cheap things. We're going to talk about things that are too expensive. We're going to talk about a whole mess of stuff today because that's why we have drinks. Because tonight we're going to rant. And I really want to start off by saying I cannot stand these toy companies anymore. I am tired of it. I review your stuff often. And when I review your things, I give them positive reviews. I think Brooks and I give you like 4s and 5s normally for Hasbro, for Mattel.
So they're doing a good job.
All these things. Everybody's doing great work. Some of the best stuff I've seen all year. This Batmobile being one of them. I am shocked at McFarlane. I love McFarlane vehicles. We have done all the Batmobiles that have come out. I'm putting all of them on the channel. You'll see them. But this is fantastic. I was just going to do like a review in the thing because this is the McFarlane Batmobile. I got it from Target. It's fairly cheap. It's got freaking rotation. It's got lights.
The lights are a nice touch.
I mean, there's lights in the bag.
And
but so it doesn't it doesn't have the bat pod thing that pops out. It doesn't have the you can't pull these like things in the wheel out, right?
No.
So it loses like the action features.
But the thing is,
but that's not what we're after as adult collectors, right? We're like,
it's the price.
That is so.
It's the price.
Freaking, we can curse, right?
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool, dude. Like all the all the buttons and it's
so
dude,
cool.
That's so clean.
So like showing it off.
Yeah.
It's very nice. It's very nice. We're doing a lovely review in the middle of this because it's cool as crap, man.
It's dope.
And because things like this exist, that's why I'm excited to be a toy collector. But at the same time, I'm like disaffected as well because the cost of these are insane.
Got a lot of problems with you people.
This is fine though. This is a reasonably priced.
This is like a Festivus in August kind
That's
of
what it is.
Everyday's Festivus.
That's right.
These are poll, bro.
It's all our grievances. It makes sense to us that we actually get cheaper vehicles, cheaper things. Hasbro is making a Rattler.
I would say cheaper, but like more reasonably priced.
Yeah,
I think.
it's $325, and it's funded already because people want a Rattler. But I think you could have sold that for $100, maybe $150
on that scale.
$200 on that scale.
On that scale, how big is this? You know, the wingspan is like probably what, this or something.
It's probably
It's bullshit though that they do push things into HasLab, Mattel Creations. They're doing the Snake Men playset, which looks dope as shit.
It does.
But it's also way bigger than it needs to be. It could easily be like a gray skull,
the
or a
regular
snake
size.
Yeah. But it's like it's as big as Eternia. Just to justify that, what we don't know the price point yet. It's probably maybe like $500.
It's probably
like
as much as Eternia.
Yeah, and like nobody has room for that. That's the other thing. Like as modern collectors, how much room do we reasonably have? When Batmobiles, this is great, but as big as this fucking is, how many Batmobiles can you have on a display?
Right. I have 5 right now.
Unless if you only collect Batmobiles, you got a room full of a fucking great collection. But we collect Batmobiles and more. I mean, I collect Batmobiles, right? And it's the smaller ones because but even the smaller ones, and I got like 5 of them, I don't know where to fucking put them.
Right.
At all.
And you don't.
Yeah.
Because we run out of space constantly. It's a shame that we get these as adults, things we wanted as kids, but it turns us into weird hoarders. And it's okay, but it's a lifestyle. We enjoy this lifestyle. Yeah. This is something that we want to portray to the world. That's why we have Go Figure Reviews. We really appreciate everyone that watches, by the way. There are certain things that we like to complain about. Like I said, we've already been complaining. We've done a fair amount already.
Occasionally, we like to complain a little.
Yeah.
Bit, just a little bit.
I want to talk about good things. We just did actually this McFarlane Batmobile.
Well, it was part of authenticity.
But yeah.
In order to be authentic, you can't just be like everything's hunky dory
right
in the toy industry in 2024 because that would be a fucking lie.
Yeah.
And the audience knows that's a lie.
Now,
you know what I'm saying? They know that's a fucking lie.
That's what I want to talk about. Because you are a retailer, and because Robbie, you are a manager of a comic book store, you're living the dream. By the way, congratulations.
Thank you. I agree.
It makes a lot of sense. And coming from your perspective, as someone now that is in charge of the toy portion,
dude, the toy orders.
Of all the toy orders, how do you keep up with everything? How do you stay on the latest trends? I know you're on point with me. Like, if I ask you to get me something,
I know what Jelani wants because he wants everything.
Do
you want this? Yes.
I have to review it. It must be reviewed.
Brooks, like 40% of the time, goes, nah.
Yeah.
I pass on a lot more these days.
Yeah. And I can pass on things, but I have the FOMO bug.
Yeah.
It's just kind of irritating. But like I said, on your end, how do you keep up with this? How do you make sure that everyone gets what they want? Because you're in a spot where you don't collect a lot of things, so you're collecting.
You collect vintage.
I do collect vintage.
The vintage.
I collect some modern. I collect modern NECAs when they interest me. I like that because I can be more picky.
You know, like the horror ones?
Yeah, the horror ones. And I can be like, you know what? I don't really want that Saw one.
Yeah.
The Saw one, the face is weird on it, but I do want it, but like it's so weird. But, I got my Freddy, I got my Jason, I got my Michael, I got Elvira, I got Ash, I got all these NECAs or whatever, but like I can be more selective with that.
Right.
I collect modern Transformers because as much as I love Transformers and the 80s toys, like they're not cool. Like they're like, you know what I'm saying?
They're
like
kidded versions.
They're super cool, but like they're like aside from like Optimus,
they're not die-cast.
Aside from like Optimus and a few others, like most of them are kind of lame, right?
Yeah.
And I like the new Transformers, so I do collect those. But yeah, Turtles, Motu, anything like Marvel or DC. If it's vintage, so like Secret Wars, and Superpowers, and all the Toy Biz stuff. I'm super into Toy Biz. So yeah, I collect mostly vintage. I haven't been super plugged into the toy community as much as like you guys have and shit like that, right? You know that like I'm not there like buying every new thing coming out, but I do buy certain new things. It's a nonstop barrage, just doing Transformers and NECA. Like it's like a nonstop fucking barrage, right? So also Silverhawks. I love collecting vintage Silverhawks, but they're hard to find.
They're really hard and expensive.
I'm so envious still of your copper kit, which I can see.
Yeah, he's right over there.
It's so clean too, man. Yeah. And I told you that day, I was like,
get it.
Just get it now because it's going to be worth it.
That's the only Silverhawk I owned as a kid. It was the only one I could find.
So dope. But so, like, when I took over the toy orders, it was a lot at first. But I know these brands. I've been doing the comic book orders for years.
True.
So I know the brands. I know G.I. Joe. I know Transformers, Turtles, Motu. I kind of already know what's going on, right? But I had to learn some of the ropes about how to order nowadays. Right. So we are, of course, a small shop, right? We're not Walmart.
Support small businesses.
Yeah, we're not Walmart. We're not Target. So when we order like 6 or 8 or 10 of something, well, they'll order like 500,000 of something. Right? Jesus. So, of course, they get a steep discount by ordering so much. I could get the same discount if I ordered that many. But I don't order enough to get those discounts. So, you're talking about the prices of toys. So, the first thing that blew my fucking mind. Retail on a toy is $29.99, let's say. Right? They're going to charge like a Walmart or Target. Who knows what they pay?
Right.
Probably like 10 to 15.
Whatever they get.
Right? Yeah. Enough that they can discount that
shit.
But they
can market. Right.
But they order it all together. It's a bunch of shit. With what I order, a $29.99 figure, I might be paying $27 for.
Jesus.
So
that's a lot, man.
So then they go, well, you make a 10% profit.
Yeah.
That's not good business.
No.
All right? But here's the kicker. Then I got to pay shipping. So then shops like me are forced to sell this $30 retail toy that you can go on to Hasbro Pulse or Mattel.com or Walmart.com or Target.com and buy probably in Amazon like below the retail price. I have to charge more than the retail price just to like make a few bucks on like a $30 or $40
It's not
item.
a healthy business model.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. They don't care about the small business. But here's the thing, they don't care about us.
No,
Right?
not at all.
So we deal
You can
with
tell.
we deal with I don't know how much of this I should say. But
Talk
I deal
about
with
bro.
I deal with a certain
I'm glad you're here for this.
I deal with a certain toy distributor, right? And he will call me, be like, "Hey, I got some things. They're coming up, and I know that if you don't order them now, we may not be able to fill these orders when they first arrive."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that happens all the time. Y'all know the ramifications of some of this stuff, right? That whole Void Marvel Legends line, right? So he calls me, he goes, "So we got this thing. I don't know what it is, but it's the next Todd McFarlane DC wave. We have no idea what it is." Or there's a new Motu Masterverse or Motu Origins. I don't know. I have to order these things sometimes blindly.
Wow.
Blindly. I don't know what they are.
Crazy.
Now, luckily, because we're a small business, and unlike Walmart, y'all can come to me. Like, I know that both of y'all want every Motu Origins figure.
Pretty much.
So when they come in, I automatically know 2 are sold. And then we get other customers that do that. So, luckily, I can look at my numbers, because we're a smart shop, and we got a system where I can look and see the trends and what's selling and how much so G.I. Joe's kicking ass right now.
Of course.
G.I. Joe's like
G.I. Joes are awesome, dude.
They're awesome.
Stuff.
G.I. Joe
We're going to talk
Classifieds
about
are
the
great.
Hasbro Pulse Cobra Commander real quick, because roping this in, it was an SDCC exclusive. I was once a man from the G.I. Joe movie. This figure is awesome to me because I'm glad we're getting into the movie stuff and the Cobra Law things. And
Well, the comics are helping that, right?
Yeah, they
the
are.
comics are really helping.
They're fantastic.
Josh Williamson is really helping recontextualize
Yes.
Cobra Law and the G.I. Joe movie, and it's making me even rethink my thoughts
Yeah.
about that shit, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
awesome.
These G.I. Joe comics are making me think, maybe I should pick up like a few classified.
Right. Here, the biggest problem with me getting into toys, right, is like, first of all, a cool bonus is I get to see the new stuff as it's coming out. I get to order it. I get to think about it. I get to dwell a part of my day on G.I. Joe and Transformers and Turtles and shit like that, right? And that's dope. That's great. But the problem is, now I'm like, I could just get like 10 G.I. Joe classifieds and I'd be fine. That's how my Transformers obsession started. I was like, I'll just get the Seekers. So I bought a Starscream. And then I was like, well, I gotta get this Optimus. Well, I gotta get this Megatron. Well, I gotta get these Seekers now because they came out with Thundercracker and Skywarp. And then I was like, well, I need Perceptor. I want Soundwave. I have way too many Decepticons. I need Hound and I need Ironhide. And it's just like, all of a sudden, it's just like never fucking ending. Where now I'm like, I really need a Blitzwing, triple changers for life.
Yeah.
You know, it's like so silly, man.
It's crazy to get into this love of the toy and the thing that you start. I just want one thing, and you continue to get them.
Yeah.
That's the addiction, and it's a great addiction to have for us. So I'm so glad that we're able to talk about this stuff. I really get mad about certain toy companies.
Well, you're talking about the exclusive, like the Rattler and shit.
The exclusive thing with I Was Once a Man with Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
The problem with this figure is it was SDCC exclusive. They were going to put it on the Hasbro Pulse. Once it's on Hasbro Pulse, we could order it at like 10 a.m.
It goes like that, though.
It's 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's less than 5 seconds.
It's a lot of bots, too, dude. Right?
And they've already taken it. There was one in my cart, and they asked me to change my password to get back in. And I lost the sale.
So then they do that shit where they're like, well, everybody, we're so sorry. We're going to put more up tomorrow.
And they're gone.
Same thing happened.
And they're doing it all through the day. So it's weird off and on. I'm like, I think about this.
Grown-ass people don't have the time to be there at 3:15
Hasbro owns the property for freaking G.I. Joe. They own it. You own it, Hasbro. And your butts have decided that it's like some strange reason we need to, we're going to piecemeal these out.
Yeah.
When you could just release it. If you're going to do a release, do a limited release. But like half of the community is going to want this figure. It's a key figure in a movie from our childhood. And it's all these pieces. And that's what makes me mad. It takes so long for us to wait in the morning, to do this. Why can't it just be readily available and you just pre-order it? You pre-order it, that means then you make the orders and then send them out. That's how it usually works. And the way you piecemeal this out, like every so often, like on this today, what's today?
7th.
This is the
Wednesday
7th
August.
Wednesday of August. And they piecemeal.
It's not the 7th
pre-orders.
Wednesday of August. I don't think
It's
that's
the 7th
possible.
Wednesday.
The 7th Wednesday of August. The toy industry will collapse.
Right.
So far in
Reborn.
time, there are new days.
It is what it is. But what
In
I'm
an age
complaining
of
about, what I'm complaining about is you did this for this one figure. Now you had plenty of Death's Head, you had plenty of Black Series Star Wars, which you haven't seen us do Star Wars. There are reasons for that. But
I didn't order any
It's just-
Acolyte figures, man. I was like, this could pass.
Yeah,
I was just
no,
like,
thank
I
you.
don't trust that.
No. It'll be Eternals.
There's gonna be
figures all
one
over
dude
again.
pissed that I didn't order Acolyte figures. It's
But
fine.
it's all good. But it's Black Series. It is.
There
Those
are
are gonna
few
be peg
figures
warmers,
from the
man.
Acolyte that I would want. I would-
The villain, when
Yeah,
the villain
the
gets,
villain's
when
a
the
fucking
villain
badass.
comes out,
The
I'll
villain's
order that one.
Yeah, he was my favorite. Like he saved that.
The
shit.
dark Smilo Ren,
Yeah.
whatever his name
Yeah,
was.
what the fucking
Yeah. So
Milo Ren. But
he does what he does. Well, it's a big smile on his
yeah, it's
face.
so doofy looking.
But yeah,
It
see how he ran and trailed?
It looks like the
It's
fucking,
awesome.
you know, the little baby alien, but from Spaceballs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hello,
the one
my
that popped
baby.
up. Hello, my baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
that scary one.
Classic movie. Classic film.
But yeah, we're not really angry about other things. It's harder to get.
Oh no,
figures.
I'm angry about plenty, man. Let me tell you.
You
something.
don't. Go ahead.
Here's the thing about the exclusives from a retailer's perspective, right? So I got customers that are messaging me every fucking day. Hey man, you gonna get this Cobra Commander? No,
It's an exclusive.
it's an exclusive. Because here's the thing: if I decide that I want to stock it, we've done this in the past, and it never really worked to our benefit, right? So let's say there's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive for $50.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to pay $50 for it, and maybe I get free shipping because I'm a Hasbro Pulse member.
Right.
Okay. So what do I charge you for?
Well, you can't charge the price it's supposed to be. It's
I
supposed
can't
to
charge you $50 to break even, right?
Right.
Yeah, because I got to pay people to
You have
process
to-
that.
Right.
I got to pay people. So what do I pay? What do I charge you? $5 more? Do I make $5 on this investment?
No.
On like 10% again?
I would say
Like the
60 for $50.
For the
Right.
small. Honestly, in the old, like the way that business should work, I should be charging you 80 to 100.
Right.
Do you get
For
what I'm
that
saying?
figure.
But I'm not getting a wholesale
That's
price.
eBay prices.
Now, comic books, when they do Kickstarters, they have retailer tiers. If you're a retailer, you can get 5 at half price.
Mhm.
Most comic books on Kickstarter are like $20 for a single comic. But you're trying, like, you're supporting this guy doing
Right.
it, this person doing it, right? And you love doing that. And then they have the option for retailers. HasLab doesn't have that.
True.
Mattel Creations doesn't have that. None of these fuckers have this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm having to buy through wholesalers that are competing with Walmart and Target
Right.
as well for distribution. You know what I'm saying?
Why are they giving just a certain amount? See, there was a period of time where you could go to a Target and get every figure you ever wanted. Like, the first time I got back into Marvel Legends, I was on a date, and I just went to Target, and I went to the toy section just for fun, because I quit toys. For
You
like
started buying action
5
figures
years.
last date you ever had with
Yep.
that person? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was.
I've
actually.
done that, dude. I missed out.
I bought action figures. I bought the All-Father wave from Marvel Legends, the whole wave. It was just sitting there. I was like, oh my god, all these figures here. I was like, I'm sorry, girl. I gotta get.
You're like, we
I
can't
gotta
go
get
out
a
for
card.
drinks now.
No, we drank. We ate. It's just I had to buy toys first. It was just a weird thing.
I remember the
man.
time I
So-
got a new Power Ranger.
It happens.
When some chick was over and, you know, it was our night. We just gotten back from like having drinks and shit. We came back. My buddy's there. He's like, bro, we got you this last Power Ranger Zord you needed to make the fucking Ultra Zord. And I'm
Right.
and she started, I'm just gonna go. I was like, all right, see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm just making this fucking Megazord or
It's
whatever.
there. And you have to have it. It's one of those things. So we talk about our toy addiction. We're talking about certain problems with the industry of how exclusives are just ruining everything. It's too much. Why don't you just make a poll or something of what figures people want,
Exclusives,
and then make it. Because Hasbro poll is like
exclusives are fine, right? There's a lot more. There's a lot more problems that are the issue, right? The fact that smaller retailers can't get
them,
right? So the fact that you get scalpers at Walmart, the fact that we even know somebody who works at a Walmart and we know this shit actually happens. Like people will hoard back fucking things. I would. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Like as a small business operator, right? I'm trying to fulfill all my customers' orders and what they want.
Supply and demand.
And I can't get certain exclusives. And the thing is, then there's Target exclusives, there's Walmart exclusives, there's Amazon's exclusives. Y'all know that with all your Motu Origins turtle bullshit.
Exclusives.
You know that. I know you do.
Yeah, we do.
The thing is, if the exclusives were available,
yeah, like if you could find
just
them at the store.
Look, you can have an exclusive at Walmart.com or whatever at first, and then release the figures after that.
Well, they'll do that, right? Because the Magic is finally coming out. The Walgreens.
Yeah.
Some of those Marvel Legends and Pops or Walgreens exclusives get ridiculous.
Yeah.
Unless you know the right Walgreens in your area to go to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where you can find them, right?
Why do you have to go through this shit?
Exclusives are fine, but exclusives need to be available to the demand.
Right.
Right?
If you
That's
have
what needs
10,000 people that want it,
crowd funds need to be like in the comic book industry. Crowd funds need to be available to small retailers at a wholesale price. I would love to be able to get y'all the Hiss tank when that hits. You know what I'm saying? But I can't.
Not?
I can't. Even if I charge $60 for a $50 item, $10, dude, I gotta pay somebody $10 an hour to process that. Where's my profit? Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be like it's not all about
it's
profit,
from a retailer.
but it is.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta
it's capitalism.
you gotta make the fucking money. But like, exclusives would be cool if they were there, like at Target. You could go get it, right? Crowdfunding things would be cool if they were available, like long term. Like the price point's ridiculous on these fucking.
Why
things. I know
are
y'all
they
been
so
bitching
much, man? I heard the price of plastic went up. That's why they were trying to lower their.
They have fucked everybody since COVID.
It's terrible.
COVID was like an excuse for all these companies, whether it's toys or whatever, toilet paper company. Why is toilet paper $8?
Why?
$10 for 4 fucking rolls? Like, what the fuck is going on here? They knew that we would pay whatever it took, so we don't want to wipe our ass with our hands or a towel and wash it or a fucking leaf. You know what I'm saying? So they know. They know now. We got all that government money during COVID. They know what we'll spend on these fucking toys.
Yeah.
Todd knows. I bought that fucking $100
Oh
sign
yeah,
figure.
the sign figure.
Yes, I bought that.
The freaking sign figure. So
it's
crazy. I mean, and the state of this it's just maddening. I cannot stand that we can't enjoy things anymore. You own your products. Hasbro at least. I keep pointing at Hasbro because they're the most egregious. They're the ones that started on this kick.
He-Man.
Mattel owns He-Man. They put out their stuff.
Yeah.
We get tons of Origins. They have wrestling figures. We've reviewed most of these things because they're so interchangeable. I made a figure of myself with these pieces. It's so cool that you're able to interchange and move pieces and do all this stuff. Mattel's awesome. They may just be my toy company.
And they're at a better price point.
They're a great price point. We're going to review tons more. They're easy to get. They're reasonably priced, except for the exclusives. Yeah, we will talk about that too, but we've been talking about it. It's how sad the state is for us as toy collectors. I know the Toys R Us is gone. I know KB is gone. I know that there are a lot of major toy chains that have lost because they've been relegated to a shelf or 3 or 4.
And they've been shrinking those shelves.
And they're not even filling those shelves.
Yes.
They don't even fill with the things they want.
When I go to Walmart to like buy some cereal or to buy some fucking face wash or some shit like that.
It's at every Walmart.
I go and look at the toy section and it's getting more and more pathetic year by year.
My Walmart is like sad, man. I get sad.
Yeah. I don't know how Chris finds
though.
I don't know how Chris finds the shit that he finds sometimes.
Well, he goes out.
I found like one cool thing in the past like month. I found like they did a World of Nintendo, those World of Nintendo figures. They did like a Phase-On suit Samus. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It was $10 too, so I was like, hey,
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, what Nintendo figure?
You've been quiet over there, Brooks. What's really fucking burning your ass right now about the toys?
Like these fucking X-Men 97s like figures, man. Like these are figures. These are $20 figures.
Yeah.
But like, if you can find them, like, which I've never seen them anywhere besides the Deep. Like
You know about the Marvel Legend ones?
Yeah, you're paying $30.
They're like 30,
yeah, the regular size ones on the retro cards. It's like
Wolverine's like what, 80 to 100
80.
on the aftermarket now?
Yeah. It's funny. The thing
Rogue
is,
is insane too.
like the X-Men '97 figures should be more available, like for kids. They should be aimed more toward kids because I think
Right.
X-Men '97 is trying to pick up, like.
Do you think kids are
that were
watching
our
that
age.
show though? Or do you think it's us?
My niece really likes X-Men '97. She's
Okay.
really into X-Men.
Cool.
So, yeah, I think.
Well, they're like
X-Men
these
has-
kids can have these $10 big figures that just do this.
Right.
Those shit, you know the figures I'm talking about. They're a dime a dozen now.
Yeah.
People bring them into the shop. They're like, "You want to buy these?" I'm like, "No,
no. We don't want these.
no, nobody wants those."
No one wants those. They don't
Do
articulate.
you not have a
What's
full
the point
collection
here?
of X-Men '97?
I do have all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
And-
you got them all because you were able to get them from us,
Yes.
Yeah,
right?
but you were
like,
able to get
And my
them.
niece and nephew, I let them play with them, like when I got them, and they love them.
Oh,
I'm
that's
playing
awesome.
with them, so like they love Marvel Legends.
What does your nephew think about the Goblin Queen?
That's
But
a
fortunately, she wasn't wearing the original costume.
No, that's true too.
My sister might have had some words with me otherwise. But yeah, I just wish those X-97 figures, they come with almost nothing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost no extra heads, just
Nothing.
maybe a pair of hands at most.
We complained
That's
about it in
pathetic.
length.
And they're paying they're charging so much for it. A kid can't afford $30 for one X-Men '97 figure. I'm like, fuck that.
Well, they're
Right.
thinking they can pay $70 for a video game that's not even physical anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where there is the money that's being spent,
Mhm.
but maybe it's not toys.
It's not toys
It's
anymore.
do kids get into toys?
No.
You
they
get
don't.
niece and
I think
nephew.
my niece and nephew still
They do.
love the toys. Yeah.
Do they like the same kind of toys that we liked though as
Yeah.
kids?
They like all the toys that I've brought. Like they love the Obotu Origins. My nephew loves Turtles of Grayskull.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Especially
they're
the
awesome
Skeletor.
figures.
He was super excited when he saw it.
Oh, that's so cool.
And he's like black,
Yeah.
Well, people would
Oh,
try to
these
say that
are
toy
nice.
buying is different from kids now. They don't
Right.
want toys; they want
Yeah.
electronics.
Yeah,
Right.
in a way that's kind of true, but they still do like toys. I think like my niece. in
If they were
particular.
available and there.
Yeah, but
Right.
like, my niece loves posing toys too. Like she loves the good articulation on the
Oh, yeah.
legs and stuff like that.
When we were kids, we didn't give a shit about articulation.
Yeah.
We were just like, it's a Wolverine!
Oh,
he's got
claws,
sword, dude.
his claws snap out, man.
Right.
It's so fucking cool.
And that's what you want with toys. And it should be cheap. It should be easy to get. It should be like our childhood. It's not hard to make these toys unless it's really hard to make them. I don't know.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it's really
Maybe
hard
there's
to
like
make them.
one guy that's
It's
making
like,
all
oh
these
man,
toys.
I gotta paint my head.
I can't keep up, Daddy has.
I don't
just
know.
can't.
He's like the mold man.
They're
He's
doing
kept
that
in the
3D
dungeon.
print stuff, which is fantastic for most of the Hasbro things. The quality is shot up, but the price is insane. So it must be a level of cost we don't know about.
Why
or
can't
they just want to raise the
Why
prices.
can't Todd do this for $25 small?
Right.
Mm.
They could.
How many people would not buy this Batmobile, which is the best Batmobile of all time? Is
It
the
is.
animated series Batmobile? I'm sorry, it is.
It's a good Batmobile.
John, I know the '89 Batmobile.
It's
is the shit.
based on the '89 Batmobile.
It is, but it's got this sleeker kind of. I don't know. This is my
It's
favorite
nice.
Batmobile ever.
Animated series is where it's at, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, it really? It's the best version of Batman. But like,
True.
why not? Like, how many people, if it was a $25 price point, would buy a smaller version of this that would fit a 6-inch figure?
Mm-hmm.
Or not as, I guess these are 6-inch, but like a small, like,
No,
even if
this
it's
is the thing with Todd. He'll eventually make that. That's how cool he is. He listens to the fans. He puts things out. Now, he's had some questionable price points recently. He did the monitor build-a-figure.
How much
wave.
was this? $80?
This was like $80.
That's ridiculous.
You,
That's 50.
that's
at best.
exactly.
Yeah. Like Snake Mountain was
Exactly.
$90. Was 90-something bucks. It was
But-
less than 100.
So here,
The 60, the '89 Batmobile from the Flash is like $60 if you could get it.
okay, but yeah, nobody could find it.
Nobody could get it.
I wasn't able to
Never
order
saw
those.
it.
I don't remember those. Like, I mean, I wasn't doing the orders at the time, but like,
No one got it.
but like, I don't know if
You
I
had to
could
buy
sell.
it
Like,
online.
if this is $80 at Target,
Yeah.
I would probably have to pay $76 for this.
But this is the other thing.
Do you know what I'm
It's
saying?
readily
So I had to
available
pay
in the
for. I ended
store.
up charging $100 to try to make
Yeah.
barely 25%, 20%, maybe 15% with shipping and everything
Mhm.
and labor put on. But like, those are costs that people don't think about. Like Target and
Yeah.
Walmart, they're big, right? But here's the thing: who is doing it right? Right? I know that we were talking before we went we started recording about Jada Toys, which your like toy company of the year
Yep.
last year. You know who's doing this shit right? Playmates.
Playmates is killing
Playmates
it
is
too.
doing this fucking right. First of all, Trekkers are really ecstatic because they're not redoing the same Star Trek figures,
Right.
but they're like that.
Yeah.
But they are redoing the same ships. They're a little bit more pricier, but they're there and they're recreating
But they keep
exactly.
making them,
And
and they're
I
always
know,
out.
I know y'all love Motu Origins, and I know it's different with Motu because the rubber band legs and all that fucking shit. But like, how many of us just want we Super 7, we don't want $90 fucking new versions of the Silverhawks. Redo the originals.
Just do the originals.
With
make
Playmates, they're doing that with the turtles. They've been putting out those same goddamn turtle figures for
Consistently.
decades.
Yep.
The turtle van, we compared
We
mine
just
to yours.
talked.
It's the exact same.
Same
The
thing.
turtle blimp's the one wrong thing.
Yeah.
But I got the pizza thrower now. I can't wait to open it up and look at it. All those toys look the same. I collect vintage
It's the
turtles.
molds. They own them.
I collect vintage turtles.
Yeah.
But all be goddamn do I not have a Technodrome plan to buy because it's $80 on Amazon.
Yep.
$80 from Playmates for the Technodrome. If Transformers did a Unicron, you think it would be what, $500, $1,000, $1,500 on the aftermarket? It's stupid.
It is.
Like, why do we not goddamn, back to bitching? Playmates is doing it right.
They're killing
But
it.
if they could give me an $80 fucking Technodrome, why can I not get an $80 fucking not giant, but within my fucking we
I get your price
we don't
range
have
over
unlimited resources. That means space,
Right.
Right. I want a Unicron figure.
Right.
All of us
There are
Transformer
plenty of
fans want a
third-party
Unicron.
Unicrons, man.
Yeah, but Hasbro. Why can they do it but not Hasbro?
Because
$100,
Hasbro
$100 giant thing.
They've already done it.
It just needs to be this fucking big, and it's fine. But no, they got to do this fucking stupid shit with the fucking HasLab. Pisses me off, man.
Yeah, it's
and
the
I ain't
little
got
stuff.
room. Here's the thing. Even if I got in on that HasLab, I ain't got the fucking room for that.
You have room
Y'all
for
been in my
Unicron.
apartment. Where am I gonna put an Eternia?
No.
Where am I gonna put a Unicron?
Coffee table.
Nowhere. I got a Fortress Maximus I gotta buy now,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, I can put that on the top of the fucking shelf, but I can't put an Eternia up there. I know where I can put a Technodrome. God damn it! I'm
Space,
sorry.
man.
I know I'm back. Playmates is doing it right though.
I love
Yeah,
this.
also, Playmates has
Look,
been killing it, bro.
they have been killing
Like
it.
these classic turtles, they're like, oh man, I need to buy more of them, and they're reasonably priced too. They're only
Yeah.
We got some of the movie ones in recently
Yeah,
at
the
the
movie
store.
ones are like a lot uglier than I remember.
Yeah,
They are, but
they're
I
about
love
the
those
same.
figures
It's the
for some
same
reason.
mold.
I
But the thing is, I
Yeah.
collect vintage turtles, but I'll buy one of those reproductions and not give a shit,
Mhm.
like at all. Like
The
I just,
same.
Right.
yeah, I just for real. I just got what is it, Ray Manta or whatever the fuck his name
Yeah,
is, Ray
man.
Fillet.
Ray
Ray Fillet. I just got one of them. I don't give a shit. It's a new one. It looks exactly the fucking same.
Yeah. It's
And I
not
got-
that
yeah.
hard to do. And it's toy cut and it's reasonably priced. We're okay with it. And that's all we want. And if you can just put stuff out consistently, it must be hard to, like we said before, to produce this. And that kind of bothers me as well. Now, getting off of this topic for this, what do you see for the future of the toy industry? What would you like to see positive, like as far as a change in what we're trying to do, and especially from the retailer's part? What would you see?
I would like to see better prices from the distributors.
Mhm.
The problem is the distributors are putting the vice too. The distributors that I buy from, they also have to be up there. They're buying them the same time Target and Walmart is. Then they're selling them to smaller toy shops like me, right?
Mhm.
So I would like to see more care to the smaller market, because Hasbro, Mattel, Playmates, all of them actually, they need to understand, Super 7 even, NECA even, they need to understand that, yeah, they get big orders from the big box stores,
Right.
but they don't care about that product.
Mhm.
A shop like ours, we care about this product.
'Cause it's
Like I'm
your
telling you,
niche.
Show
It's what
and
you
Bison
sell.
finally fucking shipped. Y'all did the video on it weeks ago. I'm
Yep.
finally getting in Bison. Why? Because they wanted to hold it, because they wanted to try to entice me to buy more shit. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
we'll
what
hold
they
this
did.
for 15 days until, but we're finally getting it, right? So like, I'm trying to fill orders. I'm trying to do it out of a love. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know y'all are my homies.
Yeah.
But I do this for everybody else that orders toys with us,
Right.
right? Like I want to give my customers what they want. And I care about this fucking product. I care about it arriving right. I care about it being merchandised right. I care about selling it to the right people at the
Right.
right price point. Help us out.
Exactly.
And a big way to help us out is open up more small business direct ships. Hasbro, don't make me order 10,000 a week or 100,000 units a week just to be able to order from you directly. If I could order from Hasbro directly or Mattel directly, I'd be able to get them at a decent price for you and offer free shipping. Y'all are making tons of money on this shit. We know. We've crunched the fucking numbers and we've run the algorithm. It's nothing to produce a $50 action figure.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's fucking nothing. It's stupid. And they do this stupid shit. We're taking away the plastic so that it's too expensive. Fuck you. You're lying. They're lying. This is all like price fixing and like fucking all this bullshit.
It's manipulation of the market.
Why they don't want small businesses to succeed? Because then people get to do their own thing, not under the corporate thumb. And we live in a world of corporatism. Capitalism, yeah, whatever. But corporatism is the fucking problem.
Yep.
And that's what's going on right now. Hasbro, Mattel, all these companies work with the smaller market. Know that the smaller market is the one that's actually curating the enjoyment of your brand. Walmart doesn't give a fuck about Transformers.
They don't care. Not
Anyway,
at all.
go to Walmart in 2000. Walmart didn't give a fuck about Transformers. Go to my shop in 2000. We had Transformers stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? We're there to curate these brands. And when you do exclusives, make them available. Make all of your product available to the demand.
Right.
Who gives a shit about your social media chatter? How many people are begging and wanting it on the aftermarket? Hasbro, you're not making that money on the aftermarket. Make the money now. Meet the demand, the actual demand. Pay some fucking people to do the research if you don't know. I'll tell you the fucking research. Like, meet the demand, work with small businesses, and when you do exclusives, make them available. And when you do crowd funds, give a retailer incentive to small shops.
That makes total sense.
That's what I think. Playmates, though, rocks.
Yeah. They actually do.
They do.
Brooks, what do you think, man? As far as the industry, what do you think positive would come out of the toy industry for this year? At least this year.
I'd like more reasonably priced stuff. Like, everything doesn't have to be like, super fancy and cost more. Like, a basic figure should be like, more reasonably priced, I think. But if you're gonna charge more for a figure, give us more stuff with it, give us some action features, give us some effects, give us some alternate heads.
Why do they even call them action figures anymore?
Right.
Yeah, they don't fucking.
They don't do anything.
Now, there are figures that we love.
things,
There are
but-
figures that we know that we love, but we hate them at times because the action figure gets in the way of posability and shit like that.
Yeah.
But that's actually a cool thing.
Yeah, it is.
So now the action features have been replaced by extra parts.
Yeah,
Right?
figures are much more posable, I guess, these days.
Posable and extra
But the thing is,
heads,
you need
extra
something to go with that. You need some effects, some blast effects. Some
And it's
fire
plastic.
effects. So,
And it's not that
some
hard to
little
make.
things, man. That can make the figure so much more than just a hunk of plastic shaped in a vaguely humanoid thing. But I just wish that they'd make more figures that are more accessible to younger kids too.
Yeah.
Right.
That aren't just these
Yeah, that aren't just
these 4 points of population.
Right.
that we would have, even as kids, we would have been like, that's fucking lame as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though it was the same articulation as our Secret Wars figures,
Right.
they looked better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those figures look dope, even though a lot of them were just repaints of each other. Right? But man, that shit worked. Like Motu, it worked.
Yep.
Transformers, some of the retooled. Who gives a shit? Like, if I got a good Galvatron, I don't care where it came from.
Right.
If I got a good fucking Beachcomber, I don't care where it fucking came from, right? And, all what Brooke said is so true. 100%. But, the price point needs to be fixed. They don't need to be this expensive. Because you can make more money by having them available. And it blows my fucking mind. Toy companies do not want their products to be out there available for people to fucking buy.
So they make money. I don't know.
And
Maybe
here's the
they
other thing.
blow their
Here's the
love
other thing
things.
that's been going on for fucking decades. We buy women.
Yeah.
We buy women action
do.
figures. We buy stop
Why are you
putting,
not
stop
doing
putting
this?
four or some bullshit in there because you know you can't sell
Well,
it.
there's 6
Put
more
the shit in there you
Warbirds.
know you can sell.
Yep.
You know the market research. You know what the peg warmers are. Stop fucking overproducing them.
That's it. The Eternals, the Multiverse of Madness figures, they're at every Ollie's ever made. And they're
Bro,
still
I'll make
there.
you a good deal if you want another set.
Yeah.
Jeez, and the Love and Thunder figures.
Gosh. What a mess.
But the movie figures, bro.
Just don't
Making
do
up
those.
numbers. Let's
They
say I
should
used to
know
sell
by now.
50 sets of Marvel Legends.
Mm-hmm.
After Phase 4, that's down to like 15.
Ooh,
That's bad,
That is
right?
bad.
That's bad.
it's really bad.
And not every Marvel Legend is a movie set.
It's not.
Yeah,
And
but it
should-
affects the rest of the shit.
Yeah, it really does.
It does.
And it's kind of sad because we used to get these by the caseloads.
Yeah.
I have tons of Marvel Legends. You've seen them. And it's just worth
We were there
us
day one,
getting
man.
them. Shoot, yeah.
Day one.
Toy biz
Yeah.
stuff.
I remember we were so excited when Legend come like, oh, dude.
Remember that Nick Fury blew our
Yeah,
fucking minds?
man.
Oh my god.
Good stuff, man. And we complain about these things. We're going to keep complaining about these things. This is not the
We'll
only
never
video
be
we'll make.
satisfied.
Do better, toy industry.
So we're just complaining about things. This is the video. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I always say at the end because you should be like, sharing, subscribing anyway.
Yeah.
It's wild that we have a community of toy collectors that love to watch our videos. Thank you for that. Thank you, of course, Robbie, for being here and
My
being
pleasure.
part of the
Thank you for the beer and the pizza. That was the deal.
Absolutely. But yeah, true story. And of course, Brooks, thank you for being here, man.
Oh, yeah, of
as
course.
you are every week. You are a constant star of Go Figure
I'm the
Reviews.
other half of the fusion, man.
That's right. Yeah, shit. So we really appreciate you guys as well. That's it. That's the video. So of course, get out there and go figure.
Yeah.